Hello, I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads and it's my birthday. So today I'm 26, maybe not when you see this, well I will be 26 when you see this, but it might not be my birthday when you see this, depending on if I can be bothered to edit today. So last year for my 25th birthday, I did a video giving myself 25 goals for my 25th year. Now, I don't know if this year I'm going to do 26 goals. I feel like that's quite high, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to review the goals. I've got them all written down here. I'm not going to be able to react to the video because just because my computer will crash if I try and edit that kind of video, and I am all about peace at this time in my life. I'm talking like an old woman. I thought I'd come with you with my morning coffee before I started work and chat to you about my goals and whether I've achieved them. So number 1 to 4 on my list previously was read Robin Hobb. So that was The Live Ship Traders, Tawny Man, The Rainmail Chronicles and Fitz and the Fool. Now, we've made progress here, but it is not completed. Let me get a highlighter so I can cross them off. So I have read The Live Ship Traders. I have read Tawny Man. I will be reading The Rainmail Chronicles soon, but probably before the end of the year, so that would be really good. But I haven't made a huge amount of progress there. So I've still got 2 left. I probably will roll them over. And then I put Wheel of Time, try at least. I think this time last year I bought the first book and I have read the first 3 in the Wheel of Time series, and then I sort of petered off. I was prioritising the Robin Hobbs and then just sort of wasn't reading fantasy this year. But Sandra from Got a Thing for Things is hosting a read along for Wheel of Time, so I might just start again and follow along with Sandra's readathon and sort of see how I get on there. I might enjoy it a lot more watching live shows and like doing things like that. So we will see on that one. I'll let you know at the end if I decide to add it too. But I'm gonna say I tried it. I did try. Okay, here it says 25 new releases. We're gonna have to do some research on this one. Okay, so working backwards through the books that I've read so far this year, I'm going to work from recently. I read A Merry Little Meet Cute, which is a 2022 released book. We have Servant Mage, which is 2022 release. That's 2. Hex Appeal, one of my Halloween romances, which never made the vlog because the vlog completely died on me. So that's 3. I read Babel, which was published this year. I read Love on the Brain, which published this year, so that's 5 so far. I read Until I Met You, which published this year, so 6. I'm Glad My Mum Died, 7. I read a book about organising and it was like a self-helpy kind of audiobook all about organising, keeping things organised. It's published this year, so 3 books. 8. I read Rainbow Grow 2, which was published this year, so 9. I read Only a Monster, which was published this year, so 10. I read Gallant, which was published this year, 11. I read Delilah Green That Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, so that's 12. I read The War of Two Queens, which is 13. I read Daughter of the Moon Goddess earlier this year, that is 14. The Light Is Gone, which is really annoying. I read Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, that's 15. The Replacements by Shay Sanders, 16. I read Twisted Hate by Anna Huang, which is 17. I read Claimed by Cupid by Dana Isley, which is 17. No longer reading this series because the author is not good. I read Where the Drowned Girls Go, which is 18. So I read 18 so far this year, so now I have to go back to my 2021 reads and look at what I read post my birthday and hope that there's another 7 in there. It's not looking too good. Last year I read Explorers at Pirate Island, which makes 19 books in December. I read All the Fields, which was published in 2021, which makes 20. I read Fool Me Twice at Christmas, which was published in 2021, which makes 21 books. I read Dipped in Holly, the first in that series by Dana Isley, which I'm no longer reading, which makes 22. I read Lore Olympus Volume 1, which makes 23. This is all in December, so I'm really hoping. Oh yes, I read Jingle Bell Beard, which was published in 2021, so that makes 23. I read The Love Hypothesis, which was published last year, 24. I read Very Merry Married, which was published last year, 20. So that makes 25, I think. If not, I read The Grump Who Stole Christmas, which was published as well in 2021. So that makes 25. I did it. I managed to read 25, just thereabouts, new releases in my 25th year, and I really like that goal, and I didn't even check. I did not even check. So I wrote here that I wanted to read more Rick Riordan, and I have read more Rick Riordan. I'm nearly at the end of the House of Olympus series, so I haven't finished the series yet, but I'm doing quite well. I'd say that I've read a lot of Rick Riordan this year. I'm going to take that as done because it's my birthday and I want to win. I did write here that I wanted to read more Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have not read anything out of the Flesh and Fire series. I'm going to take that as a fail because I love Puebla Nash and Shadow in the Ember, but I have yet to read anything else. I wrote here that I wanted to read a non-fiction book a month. I have not done that. I've been reading the same non-fiction book for about 3 months, so that's not going very well, so I'm going to put a big cross by that. I put here to try more manga. I didn't try any more manga. I just haven't. It's not been something I've been drawn towards this year. So definitely something I still want to read, just something I haven't actually actively looked into. Unhauled books I'm never going to read. I've done this. I've still got some books like here, which I'm really not sure if I will definitely read, but some of them I will still be unhauling slowly, but I did unhaul a ton that there's just no way I'm going to read them. Catch up on series. I'm not going to mark this as done. I don't think I've done this. However, I'm not aware of what series I'm working on or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I actually watched Becca from Becca in the Books series video yesterday where she showed her series spreadsheet, and I think I might try and do something like that this year so I can see what series I've got going at the end of the year, and I might do an end of the year video talking about the series that I am reading and that I need to finish. Reread 25 books. Now I think this might be really easy because I did a lot of rereading in October, so I'm just going to count and let you know. Okay, so I definitely did reread 25 books because I reread the From Blood and Ash series twice this year for both the releases, which is something I just like to do. I actually reread Twilight in October. Didn't vlog it or anything, but me and a co-worker did an impromptu buddy read. I reread The Deal, the M.L. Kennedy series for a reading vlog, which I'll link down below. But I did also reread some Christmas books that I read every year last Christmas because my birthday is before Christmas, so that counts. But it wasn't quite the sort of rereads that I was hoping for. I think I was hoping to reread some of my teenage favourites, so not the ones that I read when I was into like Twilight and the Hunger Games. I'm thinking more like The Time Traveller's Wife, The Pact by Jodi Picoult, the first adult books that I ever read that I felt really sort of changed me as a reader. So that'll be interesting. Number 24 was more of a personal bookish goal, and that was to have all of my books together. And I could honestly cry thinking about how happy I am and so glad that we have our own place. Like, it's something I really wanted for a really long time, and I always wanted all of my books in one place because I had some of my books when I was living at my boyfriend's house and some of my books in my family home. and I just really wanted our own place for such a long time, and to have all my books here together on one shelf. And now we have that, and I have a few bookshelf tour videos that I'll link down below, and I just feel really choked up because I just really am very happy. And it just feels like the best thing ever. Oh Jesus, what a soppy cow I am. And number 25 was to read more of what I enjoy. And I think I definitely did that because romance has been my priority this year. I've had so much fun reading romance. I've read The Ice Planet Barbarians. I've just been just having the funnest time, just doing and reading what I want. And I've really enjoyed the videos I've made so far about reading romance and exploring romance as a genre. And I just feel very happy to be moving forwards reading this. And I don't know, I'm feeling a bit emotional because, you know, I just had a little cry. So let's now figure out what we've just discovered about what I completed and didn't complete, about what my goals should be. So I really want to keep completing the Robin Hobb series in there. I really want to sort of do that quite soon anyway. So I'm going to make reading the Raymar Chronicles and reading Fits in the Fall in there. And the other one that I didn't tick off is reading more Jennifer L. Armentrout. So that's definitely one I want to keep in there. So that's number 3. Read more non-fiction. I'm not going to set a number to it this time, but I just like to read more non-fiction this time next year than I have read in the last year. So I think I'll write more non-fiction. And then that's number 4. And then try more manga. I think that this is just going to be something that will just happen. So I don't think it's something that I should include in my goals because I just think it will get waylaid and it will get taken over by other things. So I want to sort out, instead of just writing catch up on series, I'm going to sort out my series TBR and add to it and work out what I need to read and then catch up on series. So I'm just going to write sort out your life when it comes to series. And that's actually it. Everything else I managed to complete or felt like I ticked off well enough that I could do it. So really we only have 5 here, and I'm not going to give myself another 16 goals to 16? 11? No. How old am I? Take away 5. 21. I'm not going to give myself 21 more goals to go through, but I will give myself 5 more goals. And I think I am going to go for again, just reading and enjoying, like reading and feeling like reading what I enjoy and making that a priority. Number 7, I really am going to take the Wheel of Time thing and sort of bend it, and I want to finish my Back to Fantasy series. So if you don't know, I have been filming videos of me trying to get back into fantasy for quite some time now. I think I'm on episode I've just done episode 2.5, so there's 3 episodes out really, where I'm looking at middle grade fantasy and YA fantasy and then fantasy novellas to try and get myself back in the headspace where I feel like I can pick up a fantasy book and is what I want to read. Next will be my fantasy comfort zone, which helps with one of my other goals, and that is Robin Hobb, because Robin Hobb is the only fantasy I feel like I'm always really looking forward to reading. It's just the time to read the tomes. I want to expand my Exploring Romance series, so I will link the videos down below, the playlist where I explore different romance and using a rating system that I made to sort of rank them and put them against each other and see what I think is, to find what I want to read in romance. And I think that's really been really fun, but I'm still very narrow in what I've explored, and I really want to expand that series. So that's something I really want to do. And I know this is veering into a little bit of YouTube goals, but I have to read in order to fulfill these YouTube videos. For number 9 is another YouTube related goal. I think I'd like, if it was possible, this one's a bit of a pie in the sky one, I'd quite like to upload 52 videos. before my birthday next year. And I know that sounds silly because that's only one video a week, but I sometimes don't post very regularly as I'd like to. I often go a few weeks without posting. But I'd like to see if, like, I'm going to set I feel like 52 is a low bar because I'd like to post more than once a week. But on those times when I don't, 52 I feel like could be achievable, but it's still something to strive for because it's more than what I've done in the last year. And number 10 is another YouTube but also really reading related thing, and I would like to host my own reading sprints. I have been on many reading sprints this year and it's been so fun. It's been one of my favourite things about being on BookTube. I love being on sprints, so I've been on a lot of sprints with Becca, Christy and Cassidy in the last year or so, and I've had so much fun with it, but I'm still a little bit scared to host my own sprints, so I would like to do that in the next year. And I know these aren't really like reading goals, but they're bookish related, and they're things that I want to do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and happy birthday to me. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.